All right, guys, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some bass stuff. I love this bass. This is a 2016 Fender Elite Precision bass. That's what it is. They change them all the time. I don't even think they make the Elite anymore. Now it's the... Is it the Ultra? I think it's the Ultra. I lose track. I love this bass. Great sound. Do I have it on? Let me see what I got it on. That's passive. Nice sound. Great sound. You bring this bass out and people go, okay, that's I'm confident this guy can play when he's got a standard bass like this. But that's not what I want to talk to you guys about. I want to talk to you about something else. I want to talk to you about your prostate. No. Brought to you by... No, we won't. We won't go to a commercial break right yet. In a few minutes, we'll talk about your prostate. No. Actually, let me see here. I don't want to have this make too much of an offensive sound, but I'm going to change this. Take this thing out. Oh, it didn't make much of a sound. Great. I wanted to talk to you about something else. Let me get it real quick. Just to say, you bring this bass out, beautiful bass. Look at that. Look at that ash. Look at that neck. It's beautiful with the black. What a contrast. It's beautiful. I love it. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk to you about. I want to bring this out. Different thing. Watch this. All right. Now you bring this out, and people say, oh, beautiful bass. I love it. Look how it's beautiful. Look, it's a beautiful bass. The other one is active. This one is not active, so it's a little bit, this one isn't as loud. Oh, you know what? I got to do something here real quick. I might edit this out later. If not, this is where I'll plug in the prostate commercial right here as I edit this out. Let me see. Hang on a minute. Yeah, definitely this is where the prostate commercial is going to go in right here as I edit this part out. I should have done this. That should be... I think that's it. Let me do something. Let me turn it up a little bit. Is that right? A little bit more. There's something... There we go. You bring this bass out. See if I can get it where the light hits it really good. Anyway, it won't. It's too bright. I got to do something with that light up there. Just get the... Anyway, you bring this bass out and people go, oh, I love it. It's beautiful. And then other people go, Ricky bass. Oh, boy. They just have a weird sound. I agree. This is the 4003S or Special. I had the other 4003. I've had a few of them, which I really like because it has the little shark teeth inlays, and it has all the inlay around it, or the binding around here. It's really fancy. It's like a Cadillac. I got this one much more stripped down. This one doesn't have the Rico sound, which I don't know if anybody really uses it. It's just one plug-in mono. I got this one because I like the basic look. I'm just into a basic look like that P bass. It's just kind of basic. There's nothing flashy about it. It's just basic. I love that. Sort of just sleek, cool looking, nice wood. You know, this has got nice wood too. But I'm not into flash. Only in my clothing. Now this one, it doesn't have the binding on it, and it's got more of, they've sanded it down so it's not hard on you, so much more contoured. I like the dot inlay. This one's more like the Chris Squire bass and the Paul McCartney bass, because they had the dot inlays. I'm not sure if they, from just refinishing it, the binding went away or it never had binding in those early 60 ones. I can't remember. Maybe somebody knows. You can add a comment there. If the early ones, like in the early 60s, the Chris Squire one, which I think was a 64, and probably Paul McCartney's was around that time, 64, 65. Not sure if they had the binding up here, but they had the dot inlay. So I like it because of Paul McCartney and Chris Squire, the early. I think it just looks really cool. I like this look of this Rick bass. Better than the 4003 with the shark teeth inlay and all the binding and stuff. Those look cool too. I really like it, but I really like this one. But that's not the point. The point is about your prostate. No, that's for later. Right. I got to get my commercials right, sponsored. I don't want to get demonetized here, so let's keep moving. Keep it moving. Let's go. Come on. You got a time. You only got less than 4 minutes, so get your point across to you. All right. So my point is, these things can sound terrible stock. I love the look of them. Beautiful. It's like a beautiful woman. And then you play it, and it's like a beautiful woman that drives you nuts. So what do you do about that? I changed the pickups to DiMarzio's. No, not DiMarzio's. Bartolini. Put Bartolini's in it. Really made a big difference. Much more output, much more clarity on the tone. Sounds really good now. Really good. Just the back pickup, which is where I play it most of the time. Good growl. A little bit of clipping. The old traditional Rick sound. See, that's a great sound. Kind of put that back in. But the thing is that I love about these, which I never use, but I was fiddling around with it, and I thought, you know what? This is really good to add on, which is a really good thinking from the standpoint of Rickenbacker when they did it, which no one ever, it's kind of like that hidden secret. Everybody knows about it, but they never use it, which is your prostate. Wait, we already talked about that. Okay, I gotta get more advertisers. Preparation H. Anyway, the thing is the mutes. The mutes. Let me see if I can put the mutes on. What a neat little effect that was always there that I just never used, the mutes. And you listen to some of those old, even when he's using the Hofner, Paul McCartney's early stuff or middle kind of psychedelic era on his bass. It sounds like he's probably palm muting it. Maybe he's got some sort of mute on there. But another one is Klaus Voormann in the early John Lennon albums. It sounds like he's he's got it muted. It sounds great. I like Plastic Ono Band, that John Lennon album. I think is probably John Lennon's best work, that Plastic Ono Band, where it's really stripped down. It's just Ringo on drums, Klaus Voormann on bass, a little bit of Phil Spector playing some keyboards, and John Lennon playing some funky basic keyboards and his guitar. All those Plastic Ono Band, that first one. Great stuff. Just really John's heart right there. But what's neat is you put the mutes on, you just screw these things down, and it brings the little rubber mute up. I was thinking, why don't I use that more? Needs a little bit more. A little bit more. Come on. Whoop, too much mute on that one. If you put too much mute, it like shuts it off. I mean, that's close. That's off, but this one's a little bit tricky on the high end because if you mute it too much, it like actually kind of. It sounds better on the low end. It's just so cool. It's a great tone. Go back to the old traditional Ricky sound. It's like great sound, I never use it. I need to start using the mutes. Great. You can do a lot of really neat things. Put a little effect on there. I don't really play bass with effect too much, but some of you guys do. But just the mutes, you know. So it really makes this bass much more versatile. Pickups changed to the Bartolinis. That really helped. So I might recommend to you guys if you want to get a Rick and you love that beautiful. It's like a beautiful woman. But then that's only part of the story. If that beautiful woman sounds terrible, it's a nightmare. But what you can do to help that, I went over my time. Okay, I got to wrap this up. The big thing is Bartolini pickups and using your mute sometimes, because you get really, I could do some really good recordings with this. Sounds great. Great with the mutes. I'd have to lift them up a little bit to get a little bit more slapping, because it's kind of muting it because you're hitting it so hard. But anyway, I want to wrap it up. Just let me know what you think about the Ricky bass, and then the Ricky bass, how I've altered this. Now, something I might do to this, you guys give me your opinions on this, is making this thing go active. Putting an 18-volt battery in it with active EQ.